All right, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to start by giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachach Wadash, and double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, who teach and rule well, teaching 100% truth, and peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the sincere Akim and Akwaf that are listening in on this truth, pushing in this truth, trying to make their call of election sure, and shalom to the brothers that's pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. May the call of election be upon our homes. All right, shalom. And I'm the brother Corner Wall from the GMS Columbus, Georgia camp, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And real quick, just wanted to go in through the spirit. It's the spirit been on me for a few days, meditating upon this, and the spirit has ultimately allowed me, permitted me to, pretty much do a quick lesson on it. And as I titled the lesson, hey, the truth shall make you free, which, just speaking through the spirit, pretty much with everything that's going on right now in the world, with these government shutdowns, these benefits and different things that's being stripped away from these Babylonians, these Americans, and everybody's pretty much losing their shit, going off on the deep end, don't know where to turn, where to go. But ultimately, us that's in the know of the understanding of this truth, that have this word, you see, we are comforted. You see, we have been made free in the mind, man, because we understand exactly why all these things happening. You see, we understand who we serve. We understand our power. We understand Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and everything he's doing in the earth. And we know that if we continue to trust and believe in him, that even with everything that's going on, he's going to work to the betterment of our benefit, And that's the hope that a lot of these people don't have, man, which is why you see, a lot of these people wigging out, bugging out, And I'm going to grab that scripture. This is John 8 and verse 30. I'm going to start at verse 31. It says, then said Yahweh Shai to those Jews which believed on him, if you continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed. And that's what we got to continue to do. Continue in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, even with everything that's going on around us right now, man. All the chaos and the hell and things are just, pretty much Babylon is falling. America is falling to the ground, to its knees, you see. And us being here, dwelling amongst this, wicked ass kingdom. You see, we got this truth, we got this understanding, and we got to continue in the word, because if so, hey, the Lord's going to continue to be with us, man, and carry us through these evil times, man, while the rest of these people are bugging out, not having no sense of hope, no sense of comfort, no sense of, stability, you see. And we're going to have all these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. It says, verse 32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make ye free. See? And the fact that we had this understanding, we had this truth, we have been made free of the mind. You see? So we're not bugging out because SNAP benefits are getting cut off, because Section 8 is being cut off, because, Social Security, or for federal workers, because you got some believers in the faith, that more so maybe federal workers that ain't getting paid, but guess what? They got Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see, we got the aid in the heavens. Everybody else is pretty much, in dire straits, stressing. You see, but the Lord don't got the believer stressing. Why? Because we know it ultimately, where this is all stemming from, man. And we know that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is bringing judgment upon Babylon and Great America. And even through the hardships, the Lord say that he's going to take care of those that believe on him, man. You see? So we really ain't got nothing to stress about. That's why the scriptures tell us to be not afraid, neither doubt. For the Most High is your God, and the God of them that keep the commandments, man. And we came back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you see, and we're doing to the best of our ability and serving him, man. You see? In truth and sincerity. And if we keep on that path, trust and believe, even when everything falls down here in Babylon, the Lord's going to look out for those that keep the faith. You see what it tells you? And I'm going to grab that, Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Now, when you go into that word stability, just to further break it down, let me get my Edom online. When we get into that word, let's see what it says. Stability. It says the word stability in the Edom online goes into of a person's or character, firmness of resolve, mental equilibrium, steadfastness, firmness, solidity, stability, durability, constancy. It says fast, firmness, security. You see? And it says what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is what's going to be our stability. So this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is what's ultimately going to be our security, our safe haven. The fact that we have is truth. You see, the fact that we had an understanding, the fact that we had the names of our power, you see, is what ultimately is going to guide us in these evil times that we heading into, man. You know, when people about to start looting and rioting, you know, pretty soon, man, all hell's about to break loose in the earth, man. You see, because as people are starting to see, you know, that America, that this government is not in for their best interest, and what people about to do is a Second Esdras 15 chapter, man. You know, that's sedition among men, sedition among men. People about to start rising up, you know, against these government officials, against the authority, man. You know, and taking matters into their own hands. The scripture say that, hey, they should take up swords, man. You know, that's what's about to start happening, man. It's about to be a whole lot of, you know, hell breaking forth in the earth, you know, which is ultimately going to cause, you know, these devils to come down with martial law. You see, and that's what they ultimately set in the stage for all these things that they're doing. That really psyops is that, you know, putting, you know, they're pushing people to the brink, you know, of pretty much just a bringing forth the chaos, you know, so that they can bring the order, man, order out of chaos, you know. But even through all this that's going on, you see, us that have this truth, that have this understanding, we're free in the mind from all this. We shouldn't be worried about all this, man, because we know that it's the Lord that's ultimately controlling this, man. And the Lord can make anything, as long as we have faith and believe in him, work in our favor, even in these times, man. You see, this is the part of the stability. Well, we're going to be stable seeing all these things going down, man. You see, Lord willing, once again, and keep saying it, that we be a part of that number. The Lord's going to keep us stable to endure through all these things, man. You see? So going back, matter of fact, I want to get that word, and I'm going to see what that means, equilibrium. Hey, look at that. It says equilibrium goes into a state of mental balance and even balance. So we're going to be balanced out, you see, because ultimately we understand why these judgments happening. You see, we understand why America is falling. You see, and we understand even the things that we're about to be faced with, you know, persecution, demon, why all these things have to happen. It's ultimately all going to be a trial of our faith. You see, America got to be taken down for all this wickedness, and ultimately for this, before the kingdom of heaven can be ushered, this place got to be destroyed. But biblical prophecy got to happen, man. And that's really the main, you know, hey, to shorten it up. You see, we understand that this is prophecy, man. And prophecy got to happen according to the Lord's will. You see? So we just got to accept what the Lord will is, man, at the end of the day. And then doing that, and the Lord will carry us. So going back to Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. So us having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, this truth, you see, it was ultimately going to lead us unto salvation. If we endure in the word, as Yahushua said, man, you see, he said, you are my disciples indeed if you continue in my word. We got to continue. You see, even in, during the time of the hour of temptation, what the scriptures say, hey, for those that have kept my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation that shall come upon the whole world to try them. You see? Because we at the time of that, man, you know, hey, these devils are getting ready to shut this system down, you know, and they doing it now, you know, hey, who knows? This whole government shutdown could be them ultimately prelude to, you know, bringing forth the MRK, the MARK, you know, that chip at the end of the day. You know, who knows, man, how the Lord got this thing set out, but we know, and the scriptures say that though, man, if you keep the Lord's word, and he gonna preserve, he gonna protect you from that, man. You see, even if it have to be you putting your life on the line, man. The Lord said he's going to protect those that keep his sayings, man, that keep his word. It says, and the fear of the Lord, Yahweh, is his treasure. You see, which if I'm not mistaken, I think that yep. Because even going back into it, when it spoke about that stability too, you go into the Edom Online, it also goes into faith. You see, it also goes into faith. So guess what? You know, the hopeful elect is gonna have faith in these times, man. You know, they're not gonna bug out and wig out about the shit that's going on, like you see these people doing, man. You know, they all in their car screaming at their phone. You know, and even as I was just before I came in, you know, I was just getting a little morning exercise, and I was looking at, you know, some things on the news, and one thing that I seen was that they was saying that over 1 million people in America right now have been pretty much communicating with Chat GPT, you know, about suicides, man. You know, letting you know the mental state of these people and where their mind at, man. You know, these people, you got people out here thinking about just calling it quits, man. You know, hitting the kill switch on themselves. You know, it says over 1 million people. You know, and they say that's recorded weekly. You see, so people are in a fucked up state of mind right now, man. But guess what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua got the hopeful elect, you know, in a stable mind, in a mind of calmness, you see, in a mind of clarity, you see, because we understand why these things are happening, you see. And we should count that a joy. We really should be praising Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua for this knowledge, understanding, and this truth, man. You see? Because everybody else that's in the world, they don't know what the fuck is going on. And they don't want to hear the prophets. They don't want to hear the men of the Lord. You see? They don't want to hear what the Lord got to say. So they're just out here clueless, not knowing why these things are happening. And it's causing them to go on the deep end, man. You see? Because they don't have this knowledge and understanding. They don't have this truth, you know? So what they're going to eventually end up doing is crashing out. But the Lord has got us in the spirit, you know, to understanding things that, well, we ain't going to crash out. We just going to lean upon the Lord. And we went into it last night. Matter of fact, let me grab that. It's the spirit we got to be in, man. Proverbs 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. And guess what? This is not a time to where we should be leaning to our own understanding. You know, and you seeing a lot of people doing that right now, man. They going based off what they feel, how they think. You see their emotions, you know, are driving them to do things that are, you know, just stupid, I should say, you know. And we can't move like that, man. We can't be out here moving, you know, like these people in the world, man, you know, that don't got no understanding. They ain't got no, you know, that ain't got the truth. You see, we got the truth. We got the light. We got Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. You see, we got everything we need, you see, which the Lord has given us to endure through these times, man. We just got to trust in it and believe in it, you know, have faith in it. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And that's all we got to do. Acknowledge Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, continue to pray, you know, watch as well as pray, as Yahushua said, you know, and just keep believing, man. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua going to direct us in a way that he wants us to go that's pleasing unto him, you see, and direct us through this, you know, these hard times, man. You know, we can't be out here just moving willy-nilly and, you know, moving based on what we think and what we feel, man, because that should get you killed. And that's what about to happen to a lot of these people that's claim they about to run up in stores if they don't get their stamps to do all these things, which, hey, like I said, Esau, you know, setting a lot of these individuals up, you know, and they're gonna meet they maker, man. A lot of them gonna get put to death, you know, judged, you see. But guess what, man? We got to follow the spirit. We got to follow the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We got to follow that voice. You see, Yahushua say, my sheep hear my voice and follow me. It says, and be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord Yahweh and depart from evil. You see, and the scriptures even tell us not to follow the multitude to do evil. So we shouldn't be out here thinking how these people thinking about going in stores. Well, they run out with something. I might as well run out with something. You know, nah, man. Scripture say, follow not the multitude to do evil, man. We're going to trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You see, we're going to continue to move in the spirit. We're going to continue to follow under that standard that we've been following, you know, all this time, man. Lord willing, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, keep that on our spirit. You see, we're going to still have to, even with everything that's going to be going on, we're still going to have to operate in the spirit, man. We're still going to have to stick to what we know. You know, and the elders, I was watching them last night. The elders in Dallas was speaking in and going in on that, man. We still gonna have to stick to what we know. Just because all hell break loose, you ain't 8 in 2 days and you come across a Jake, don't mean you can go over there and eat the goddamn raccoon, man. You know, we still gonna have to, you know, abide under what we know, man. You see? That's just what it is, man, you know, and at the end of the day, if we do that, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua gonna carry us. You see, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna be with us, you know? So I'm gonna get one closing precept and I'm gonna wrap this up. One of my favorites. This is James 1. And I believe it's, yep. I'm gonna start at verse 19. It says, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. And these are attributes that we should be carrying, especially right now in these times, man. This ain't the time to be, like I said, being emotional, going off on the deep end, running on a tangent, because you can find yourself in a situation where Being carnal will get you put to death, man. The scripture says a carnal mind is death, you know, especially with these people out here raging. You see, going off on the deep end. We can't be out here moving loosely and, you know, being full of anger and wrath, man, because it could cause us to be put in a situation, you know, where the Lord, judge us. You see, we got to be operating in the spirit. The scripture say, being swift to hear, slow to speak, you know, do twice as much listening as you do talking, you know. And I'm saying this even first and foremost for myself. You know, we all got to, you know, implement these things, man. These are what the scriptures command us. It says, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of the Most High. Wherefore, it's the point, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. You see? And I believe even when you go into that word, I always like to go into this. I think if you go into that word, I believe it goes into doctrine. The doctrine. You see? Because ultimately you got to be following up under the right teachings, the right doctrine. You see? Yep. It says, the word is logos, and in the blue letter it goes into the sayings of the Most High. You see, doctrine, teaching. You see, so it's not just about, you know, oh, I love Jesus and all that. No, you got to be following up under the right doctrine, because first and foremost, his name ain't Jesus, man. It's Yahweh Shah. You see, you got to follow up under the right doctrine. You got to be a trusting and believing the truth. You see, the true understanding of the scriptures, man. You know, not what you think or not what the, you know, this society has told you what to believe, man. You see, but now the true understanding that is coming out through the men of the Lord, the prophets, which Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have set up. You see, that's the word that's going to be, that's the engrafted word that's going to be able to save your soul, man. You see, which we believe our apostles and elders of GMS have that 100% truth. You see, that understanding, which the Lord has revealed unto them. You see, starting with their teachers that were before them. You see. So that's pretty much the point on that. I just wanted to do that real quick, man. I wasn't gonna make this too entirely long, you know. But hey, at the end of the day, man, we got the truth. You know, the truth has made us free, so we ain't got nothing to really be worrying about and tripping like we see these people, you know, bugging out, you know, wigging, and you know, they ready to just go off on the deep end, man. They ready to risk it all, man, because you know they don't understand. They don't have the light. You see, they don't got that in their mind. They don't have hope. You know, they ready to crash out, you know, but we got hope. We got Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, we know what these scriptures say, and we know what the Lord about to get ready to do. And we know what the Lord say he's going to do for those that believe in them, man. So we ain't got to worry. You know, I'm going to keep saying it, man, you know, and I pretty much mention it in every video, you know, because it's one of my favorite scriptures. The scriptures say, when others shall weep and be sorrowful, thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So we got to keep that at the forefront of my mind. And right now, people are weeping and sorrowful. You see? But the scriptures say the Lord's about to get ready to bring that merriness and that abundance to those that could continue to believe and keep the faith, you know, and ultimately, you know, that follow order, man, that be in order, you know, under the order that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai set up. You see, following the regiment, the guidelines, being sincere. You see? So with that being said, man, I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And I would like to close out giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rechah Kodash, and double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and teach them real well, teaching 100% truth, and peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the sincere believers, to you sincere brothers and sisters that's out there pushing in the faith, and shalom to the hopeful elect. May the call of election be upon our homes. To the next time, I want to say, Kwam Yasharallah, keep the faith, shalom.